Okay, so you're looking to sell your house, whether that's out of state, you're relocating here to the upstate, or you are here locally and you're like, well, how do I do that really well? We're gonna go through what it looks like to do the selling of your house and relocating, and how are you not homeless in between. Also, what it's like living here and selling your house. And then at the end of the video, stick with me. We're going to talk about the market here in the upstate. Quick update for the fall of 2024. So we're here at one of my listings. Let's go. When you're going from out of state, which a lot of you that watch these videos are, home sellers want to see that, one, if you have to sell your house in order to buy, that your house is at least on the market. If it's not at least on the market, you're gonna have a harder time. We have clients that they come into town and there's some fear around selling their home and then not having a place to go. Well, here's what I can tell you, and we're gonna go over this a little bit more in detail in the market update, but there's more inventory right now. So the first thing that you should do when relocating is let's get you in touch with a really great local lender to you. So if you're out of state, send me an email, contact the team, because we'd love to help. And I have a network that is nationwide. I can even help you if you're overseas, believe it or not, finding a great realtor that is close to you. Now, everybody knows realtors. I feel like before I was a realtor, I knew at least 6. So if you have a great realtor, amazing, that's awesome. And if you want a connection to someone, I will verify them for you. Ask all the questions and make sure they know what they're doing. So getting in contact with that realtor is important. They're gonna be able to tell you a couple pieces of information. One, and what most of you are interested in these days, is how much can I actually sell my house for? So what's really cool is if you purchase anything prior to, say, 2021 or 2020, the chances are you have a good amount of equity sitting in your home. And that's why we see a lot of people relocating here to the area, and they're able to pay cash for their home here versus their house, say, in California or Arizona or Vermont, etc. So the equity piece is so important. Our average price point here in the upstate is in the mid 300,000s. So if you can bump your price a little bit, you'll have more options and more upgrades. Next thing is going to be your average days on market. So what is that and why is that important? Well, in a changing market like we are in currently in 2024, it's really important to know, okay, well, is my house gonna sell in a weekend or is it going to take a little bit? We've seen just here locally in our market, average days on market going up. So instead of saying, oh yeah, your house is gonna sell in 2-3 days over a weekend, which I'm a millennial and I love instant gratification, so that's always what I want to have happen, but it doesn't always happen. So ask your realtor, what is my average days on market looking like? Here right now, I'm telling people it could be 30 to 60 days, depending on your location, your price point, and the overall finishes of your house. We actually just had a listing that went under contract in like 2 or 3 days because of the upgrades, the price, and the location. Those are the most important things whenever anyone's looking for a house, right? Let's say this. You put your house on the market and that's the weekend that you plan your trip here to go house hunting. It's a whole lot more fun to be able to make offers whenever you know that your house is on the market getting ready to be sold. When you're here, there's a few things that you should be aware of that are gonna make searching for a house easier. If it's just a research trip and you're not ready to buy yet, I highly recommend that you go on a tour with Mike Cruz, and he's with Make Greenville Yours Tours. He will show you all over the upstate and help you decide What area do you ultimately want to land in that fits your lifestyle and what you're looking for? Next, I would say whenever you're coming into town, if you're coming into town for more than just a research trip and you're like, okay, it's time to actually go and find our house. So if you're looking at new construction, that's one area. But then there's also resale homes. New construction, you can look for inventory homes, or you can really start to build a house from the ground up if you know you're about 6 to 9 months out. And if that's what you want to do and build a house and you're relocating here, let's chat about the timing of everything, because again, we don't want you to be homeless on the in-between. Now, if you're looking for resale homes, here's what I would suggest. Come in for a few days, and we only want to see about 5 to 6 houses max at a time. Usually I would say the average amount of houses our clients are looking at right now are somewhere between 6 to a dozen houses before they find the right one. And I want to give you confidence that if you have seen the pictures of one house, you've done the Google Map views, you've looked at everything, the house is still on the market whenever you come into town to finally go and see it, and it's the first and only house you see, and it's perfect and you want to buy it, that's okay too. We don't have to go see 5 or 6 other houses just to make sure. I've helped many people do that in the past, and on your trip here, you're probably going to see that 5 to 6 houses at a time. And when we get to about a dozen houses, if we haven't found the right one, we're going to take a step back and say, well, have we found the right thing? Are we looking at the right thing? Because I know when you're relocating, especially from out of state, houses are different where you look. Here, we have a lot more crawl spaces. You have older homes that maybe they've been here since the early 2000s, or they've been here since the 90s and been updated like this one. And they're just different from where you live currently, because we don't have to deal with tornadoes or earthquakes or crazy triple-digit heat for multiple weeks out of the year. And you're also trying to decide, is this exactly where I want to land? It's a huge decision. So we're here to make sure that we help you make the biggest, best decision in your relocation journey here to the upstate. So make sure you reach out to the team, go through our website, or send the team an email. We would love to help you and set up a time where we can chat about how we can best get you to the right house during your relocation. Okay, so actually selling your house. What do you need to do? And this goes for if you're here locally or even if you're out of state. I think it's about the same both places. So first things first is you need to call me because I need to help you sell your house. And the biggest thing there is you need to go with a realtor that knows what they're doing, all right? I tell the story that when I got into real estate years ago, there was only like 1,500 realtors in the upstate. Well, since COVID and working from home and working for yourself, now there's over 5,000 realtors in the upstate in less than a decade. So definitely finding one that knows what they're doing and understands the market is so important. So that's rule number 1. Next thing that you're gonna do is staging the house, all right? Now, if your house is vacant like this one, you're gonna wanna make sure that it's clean. I would highly suggest having professional cleaners come in and deep clean the house, because yes, you can tell when you walk into a vacant house if it's been recently cleaned and how well. So there's that. You're gonna wanna make sure that your blinds are all open, the lights all work, you don't have any dead light bulbs in the house, because then somebody's just gonna go flip switches and then they may even think something even worse is wrong than just a dead light bulb. That's what you're doing for a vacant house like this one. Make sure your landscaping is on point, which means like your black mulch out front, and then just overall like your landscaping is crisp and clean. Now, if your home has furniture in it, what do you do? And I get another question all the time as well. Aubree, should I replace my floors? Should I paint? Does everything have to be that grayish color? What is the color? Agreeable gray? So here's the thing. have me in, let's look at it. And then we come out and we specifically stage your house. Move this furniture over there, edit this area, meaning pack up your stuff. Let's make it less cluttered. Take your personal pictures off the walls. I tell people that if your house feels empty, you've done it right. Because really what you want to have happen is you want someone to walk into the house and envision where their Christmas tree is gonna go and how, they're gonna arrange the chairs around the island. Envision their life there in order to get it sold. So first impressions are everything whenever we're selling a house, because one, we have to sell it a couple different times in a couple different ways. First, you have to sell it via the pictures. So professional photos, virtual walkthroughs, videos of a house are really important these days. You've got to make sure that the realtor that you use understands that. If your realtor comes in and starts taking their own pictures and they are not a professional photographer by trade, or they come in with a cell phone, red flag. Make sure that they know what they're doing and they're gonna market your home appropriately. So professional photos, so important. We bring the drone out, we look at the yard. Just one of the most important things to make sure that you win the beauty contest when it's time to sell your house. Because that's what is gonna get you past all of the other competition, is your house looks like it could be on HGTV. You've done it right, okay? The other thing, of course, and we talked about this already, price the house right. If your realtor knows what they're doing, then they're going to advise their pricing and be able to back it up. Right now, I'm having conversations even that, you know what? The market of the last 2 to 3 years is not the market of today. So yeah, what you think your house could sell for and what the realtor does, with their market analysis may not be the same. So listen to your realtor on pricing, because that's the second most important thing that they can do for you, is make sure you go on the market at the right price, at the right time. You're not going to overprice the house and just chase the market down as you continue to have to get the house to the right price. So whether you're local here in the upstate or you're in Buffalo, New York, that rule is the same regardless where you're at. All right, so we've gone over the relocation part and you're local or not and you're looking to sell. Let's talk about the market right now. Talking about the market. The Greenville market as of the fall of 2024. Well, first, you definitely should go back and look at one of our other videos with Brian McIntosh, where on the Greenville Gab show, we talked about interest rates in the market right now. And that happens on Thursday nights at 8 o'clock. Go check that out and come talk to me, because I answer your questions live. Things to know about, developments that are coming soon, or just some general news about the upstate that I think is interesting to know about. So right now, the market of the moment is a little weird. Some might call it bipolar, because some weekends, everything sells. And then other weekends, a great house goes on the market and then it's on the market for weeks. So what actually is happening? So one thing that I can tell you is that right now we're sitting right smack dab before an election. And an election year is always a little weird. We're not sure, what is the next administration going to do? And what are interest rates doing? Well, right now, in the fall of 2024, we are seeing interest rates go down. One of the most important things that I'm seeing in the market of the moment is your location. If you are in a desirable location or you're looking for a house in a desirable location, closer into Greenville, Travelers Rest, Taylor's Greer, Simpsonville, those areas right now are pretty hot and the houses sell quickly, especially if they're priced right and they've been well cared for and look beautiful. They sell for right around their list price. We're not seeing crazy multiple offers. I have seen some multiple offers still happening, meaning 2 or 3 people may want to buy the same house. Even then, it's not going to go $50,000 over list price. It's going to go right at list price or just over list price up to about 10 to 20. Again, depending on the location and if it's priced right to begin with. So definitely if you look at a house and you're like, this is perfect, the pictures are perfect, you do the Google Street View, and then the price is almost too good to be true, you need to call your realtor, call me, call our team as fast as possible. Because if you think that, there's probably other people that are thinking that as well, especially if it's been on the market for 24 hours or less. Our average days on market overall has gone up considerably. I looked at them just last night. We're looking at about 40 to 50 days on market. So that means if you're going to sell your house right now, of course, like I told you earlier, I love instant gratification. I want it to sell in a weekend. And if that doesn't happen, it's because the market is dictating, and it's gonna take probably a month or 2 to sell your house. The most important thing, price your house right, especially in a market like this. And you need a realtor who knows the market and understands that there's some skill that it takes to sell a house whenever everything's not flying off the shelves like crazy. So from a market standpoint right now, if you're looking to buy a house here in the upstate, it's a good time. We're still in a seller's market, but there's more inventory than there has been in years. And then on the flip side of this, if you're looking to sell a house here in the upstate, I want to make sure that you have really good expectations set for what your area is experiencing, because different parts of the upstate market do different things. So for example, we've had 2-3 listings right now that their average days on market are between 50 to 60 days, which means it takes 50 to 60 days for the house to go under contract at the list price. With that, you have questions or you're ready to do this because now you have a little bit more of an understanding of the market of the moment that you're going into. You have, an understanding of what it's like to actually get your house ready to sell and be here. And then, like we said at the beginning of the video, what it looks like to relocate, whether from out of state or just here local. It's not terribly different. So reach out to me, reach out to the team. You met Donnie last week on that video, and we would love to be able to help you and kind of walk you through, okay, here's the market, here's what it looks like to do all of this. Now let's go. And I'll talk to you next time.